Tonight we continue our countdown to kickoff. Only 2 weeks and 2 days away from the beginning of high school football season. Tonight, my alma mater, the Maumee Panthers. We first met Maumee senior lineman Mikey Haney back in 2015, just a sophomore, already with 10 starts under his belt as a freshman.
What did you learn as a freshman on varsity, especially on the line?
Just keep going, have a big motor.
That was then. This is a noticeable change now.
You gonna let that go the whole season?
No, I got to keep it trimmed. It'll get too itchy in my chin strap.
While the facial frock has matured over time, his level of play escalated as well, making him the first Division I college-bound football player at Maumee in over a decade.
It's, a lot of weight off my shoulders.
Haney will play in the MAC at Eastern Michigan next season.
It's nice enough to where, my whole family come see me, but my mom's not knocking on my, my dorm room every 10 minutes.
Number one, he's a very good student in the classroom, so he's a good example to everyone else that you got to get it done in the classroom as well as on the field. And I know by now, in 20 plus years that I've coached and all the Division I kids that I've had, I know what they're looking for and what they're going to ask before they ask it. And I said, this kid checks all the boxes. He works extremely hard, and he's hungry. He wants to prove himself out there. So just from an overall, as a leader, not just as a player, but as an overall leader and someone to look up to, as a role model for our younger kids, he's exceptional.
Before he starts thinking of a college career, Haney is focused on the next 3 months.
It's bittersweet knowing it's your last year because you want to go out big, but also knowing it's your last year, it's kind of sad because Friday nights, there's nothing better than it. But, just to work, get that good feeling 10 times in a row and then beyond. That's what we're trying to do right now.
But no matter how good Haney may be, head coach Mark Gibson and the Panthers realize it will take a team effort to put them in the postseason. They hope to learn from recent history and not repeat it.
Finish is a word that we tried last year, and I don't know if we focused on it as much as we should have. Otherwise, it was just one of those names that you threw out there and said, hey, that sounds cool, and maybe we really didn't take it to heart and what it meant, truly meant, and how we're going to finish and to finish strong in those games that you mentioned. It's been just very frustrating for all of us concerned. If you look at the last 2 years combined, we've lost 6 games in the fourth quarter. And most of those 6 we've had the lead late into the game. So we definitely have to make sure that we understand how to finish games. And some of the things that we're doing, whether it be conditioning or with our offensive scheme, whatever it might be right now, that's what we're trying to focus on to help us down the way.
With that said, the Panthers hope to ground and pound a bit more this year than in the past. And that means a position shift for a senior who hasn't played running back since junior high.
I played running back in the day a little bit, like 6th grade-ish, 7th grade, in that area. Yeah. And so, getting back to it, it'll be fun to run behind all those guys. Great blockers.
I think Caleb Brown right now, who's also another 4-year starter, he was an all-league player as a sophomore and a junior. He's visited some football camps, and he's gotten some looks from some Division II schools and on up. So he's a scholarship-type kid. We call them money kids. If they can go to college and get some money for their academics as well as their athletics, they're a money kid. And I think we have at least 3 or 4 of those possibilities, and Caleb being one of them. And we look forward to using Caleb in a lot of in different ways on offense this year, where he's more been a receiver for us in the last few years. We're going to use him in the backfield, out of the backfield, obviously catching punts, kicks, whatever we can find, because he truly is a dynamic person, an athlete, one of those guys that's also a great student. So he's very smart, and he can do a lot of things for us.
But as Caleb told us, it's not all about what Brown can do for you. It's about what the team can do for each other.
Yes, most definitely. The way we're running everything, it's about everybody. It's not just one person. One person makes a mistake, we all got each other's back.